So generally we say probability is equal to favorable chances divided by total number of chances. Then covariance means deviation of x and deviation of y. This is should be careful. Probability dx dy multiply p dx r is equal to covariance sigma a sigma b 0.55. Calculate expected return and standard deviation. So security x and security y. Hello my dear student, I am Dr. B.S. Subramania, called by name Dr. B.S.S., Professor in Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Aid College, a Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. I am going to hand Financial Management 4th, Part A today. I am going to make the model question paper, Part A. So the entire syllabus I am going to cover Part A and the Part B. What are the important questions which I am going to solve now? Practical problems we are going to solve here. Part A covers investment analysis and portfolio management. About 4 to 5 problems we are going to cover neatly. So I divide the entire lot of 80 marks into 2 sections, Part A and the Part B. Slowly I will go one by one. What are the things they are going to ask for 10 marks? How many marks they will ask for 15 marks question? We are going to solve slowly, and that gives the most important. What I am saying now, you go through this model paper, same type of question may come in the examination point of view. From the examination point of view, you are going to solve this problem. One is for 10 marks and one is it covers the investment analysis and portfolio management. So we'll move on now. So section A 10 marks, section B 15 marks, 15, 25 means 50% we am going to cover about the 4 questions today. In the next session I am going to cover another part B, complete the entire model question paper. So we'll go with the 10 marks now. What is the question they ask? Calculate expected return and standard deviation. So security X and security Y. So here question is, first is standard deviation is nothing but the risk. The risk what we have got here, no, one is security X and security Y is there. So we'll go with the security Y. What is the formula you are going to expect from them? First you have got X mean, R mean, return of X, R mean, sigma R divided by N. Once you solve this problem now, then we go with the standard deviation is equal to root of sigma dx square divided by N. So this formula you are going to use. First is R mean is equal to add the figure. See that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items are there. Total divided by N, that gives the expected return. And from the return, you are going to calculate the dx and dx squared. Then same thing for dy and dy squared. I will explain slowly. We'll go with the security X. Security returns are 9, 5, 3, 12, 16. Add the figure. Slowly we'll add the figure. First is 9 plus 5 plus 3 plus 12 plus 16 is equal to 45. Sigma R is equal to 45. Then R mean is equal to sigma R divided by N. So 45 divided by 5, 5 items, number of 5 nines are 45. This is your return. Take the deviation dx, in the bracket you take 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. 5 minus 9 is minus 4. 5 minus 9 is 4. 3 minus 9 is minus 6. 12 minus 9 is plus 3. 16 minus 9 is 7. This is 12 minus 9, 16 minus 9 is 7. Make the dx square 0, 16, 36, 9, 49. Add the figure. This is 16 plus 36 plus 9 plus 49. 110. Sigma dx square is equal to 110. So standard deviation is equal to, or sigma is equal to sigma dx square divided by n. That is root of 110 divided by 5. 110 divided by 5 is equal to root 22. 22. Root of 22 is root of 22. 4.69. So this is a way. So how it is? First add the figure. It is 45. Take the R mean. R mean is equal to sigma R divided by N. 45 divided by 5 is 9. Take the deviation. R minus R mean. So 9 minus 9 is 0. 5 minus 9 is minus 4. 3 minus 9 is minus 6. 12 minus 9 is plus 3. 6 minus 9 is 7. So square of this, 4 square is 16. 6 square is equal to 36. 3 square is equal to 9. 7 square is equal to 5. Then sigma square is equal to root of sigma dx square divided by n. 110 divided by 5 is 22. Root of 22 is 4.69. This is the answer for the x. Then we have got a deviation. Security y. Security y. Returns 10 minus 6, 12, 9, 15. Add the figure. This is 10 minus 6 plus 12 plus 9 plus 15. 40. Sigma R is equal to 40. R mean is equal to sigma R divided by n. So 40 divided by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8. Take the deviation. dy is your 8. 10 minus 8 is 2. Minus 6 minus 8 is minus 14. 12 minus 8 is 4. 9 minus 8 is 1. 15 minus 8 is 7. Square of this. Dy square. 4. 14 square is 196. 1 4 into 1 4. 196. 16. 149. Add the figure. 196 plus 4 plus 16 plus 1 plus 49. 266. Check up this. So 266. Sigma dy square is 266. So sigma square is equal to root of sigma dy square divided by n. Root of, what is sigma dy square? 266 divided by 5. Root of 266 divided by 5. 53.2. Root of 53.2 is 7.29. So this is very easy, no? Easy way of answering. So first, what you have to do, add the given return, add the figures, given return should be added. Once you add the given figure, calculate the R mean, sigma R divided by N, 40 divided by 5 is 8. Take the deviation from 8. So 10 means minus 8 is 2, minus 6 minus 8 is minus 14, 12 minus 8 is 4, 9 minus 8 is 1, 15 minus 8 is 7, square of that. 2 square is 4, 14 square is 196, 4 square is 16, 1 square is 1, 7 square is 49. If you add dy square, sigma dy square is 266. That is sigma square is equal to root of sigma dy square divided by n. 266 divided by 5, it will come 53.2. Root of 53.2 is 7.29. This is without here, no, the problem is, see the problem. When you give the problem here, there is no probability is there. It is called ex ante, exposed. If the expected return is called ex ante, if the probability is given, it is called ex ante or ex expected. If the exposed, no probability is there, it is called the exposed, we say. If the probability is given, it's called ex ante or expected, we are going to say. So this is the question without the probability. Next question, we are going to solve with the probability. We'll move on. See that this is expected. Probability means expected return. When you toss the coin, it may be head, it may be tail, or it may be head, it may be tail. Now chances are there. That's called the probability. So generally we say probability is equal to favorable chances divided by total number of chances. We are going to say that probability means favorable chances divided by total number of chances. All the probability should be equal to 1. If we see the board, no, see that 2 plus 2, 4, 8, here 10. So R should be equal to 1. Return is 15%, 5%. How to do? So what are the steps to do? First, multiply this and this. It is called the expected return. Once you get the expected return, take the deviation to 15 minus 5 minus 5. dy, then dy square multiplied by p dy square. Root of p dy square is your here. So what is the first step? So here sigma is equal to sigma p dy square root of sigma p dy square. What is the steps to do here? First, multiplied 15 into this, you will get the expected return. Once you get the expected return, take the deviation square multiplied by probability. Root of this p dy square is your standard deviation. We'll go slow now. Economy. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probability or probabilities 0.20, 0.20, 0.20, 0.20, 0.20. Then your returns are 15%, right? 15 minus 5, 35, 25. Multiply these two, expected return, P into R. So 15 into 0.20, 15 into 0.20 is equal to 3. 20 into 5. This is 0.20 into 5 is equal to 1 minus 1. 5 into 0.20 is plus 1. 35 into 0.20 is 7. 25 into 0.205 square. This is expected. Add the figure. I multiply. Add the 1 cancelled out. 7 plus 3, 10 plus 5, 15. This is your expected return. 7 plus 5, 12 plus 1, 13. 16, 1 gone means 15. Expected return this. dy from 15. Take this step. What is the first one? 15 minus 15 is 0. Minus 5 minus 15 is minus 20. 5 minus 15 is minus 10. 35 minus 5 is 20. 25 minus 15 is 10. Square of this. Dy square 0. Take the 20 square. 20 into 20. 400. 10 into 10 is 100. 20 into 20 is 400. This is 100. Then, what is the next step? P dy square, P into dy square. 0 into this is 0. 400 into 0.20. 400 into 0.20. I will repeat. 400 into 0.20 is equal to 80. 100 into 0.20 is equal to 20. This is 80. This is 20. Add the figure. 0, 200. This is sigma P dy square. I will repeat. Dy square into probability is 0. 400 into 0.20 is 80. 100 into 0.20 is 20. 400 into 0.20 is 80. 100 into 0.20 is 20. Add the figure. 8 plus 2, 10, 18, 20. Now, we'll go with root of sigma P dy square. Don't divide it by n. Root of, it is 200. Root of this, 200 root 14.14. And the probability is given. So, what are the steps you have taken? Steps you have taken. Economy they have given. Probability has given. They have given written. 15 into 0.20 is 3. Minus 5 into 0.20 is minus 1. Plus into 0.0 is plus 1. 35 into 2 is 7. 25 into 0.2 is 5. Total is 7 plus 5 is 12. 13, 6 minus 1 gone is 15. Take the deviation to return. 15 is there. What's our return? 15 minus 15 is 0. 5 minus 15 is 20. 5 minus 15 is minus 10. 35 minus 15 is 20. 25 minus 15 is 10. Square of this. 20 square is 400. 10 square is 100. 20 square is 400. 10 square is 100. Multiplied by probability 0 into 0. Like 400 into 0.20 is 80. 100 into 0.20 is 20. 400 into 0.20 is 80. 100 into 0.20 is 20. So this is sigma P dy square. Then I'm root of sigma P dy square. Root of 200 is 14.14. 10 marks questions we have solved. One problem with probability, one problem without probability, one ex ante, ex post without probability, ex ante with probability we have solved. So 10 marks question we have solved. Totally 20 marks coverage is over. Now we'll go to 15 marks question. See this. Stock L and stock M have the following returns for 2 years. Year 2011, 2000 return of L, 12%, 18%, 14%, 12%. What is the expected return of portfolio made up of 60% of L, 40% of N? So they want the deviation. Find the standard deviation of each stock. Then covariance and correlation between L and M. What is the portfolio risk of 60% of L and 40% of N? So what is expected? First, we have to calculate expected return, then standard deviation, then return on portfolio 60% and 40% portfolio you have to make. Find the standard deviation of each stock, then covariance. Covariance means deviation of X and deviation of Y. This is without probability, post and. So what are you expecting now? First is expected return. Add this figure. We'll go with the stock L. Stock L. Returns. This is 12, 18. This is 30. R mean, sigma R divided by N. 30 divided by 2 is 15. Take the deviation. Call this as dx. In the bracket, you call that as 15. Here, 12 minus 3, 18 plus 3, dx square. This is 9, this is 9. Totally becomes 18. This is sigma dx square. Then, we'll go here. Standard deviation is equal to, sigma is equal to root of sigma dx square divided by n. So what is the step you have taken? 12 plus 18 is 30. So deviation 15 is the R mean. Take the deviation 15. 12 minus 15 is minus 3. 18 minus 3 plus 3. Square of this dx square. Then square of the standard deviation, or we can say that sigma square is equal to this one. Then root of, what is sigma dx square? You have got 15. Or sigma dx, sorry, this is 18 is 2. Root of 9 is equal to 3. This is 1. One step you have taken. So this goes in favor of standard deviation L. Then stock M. Same thing. Stock M, 14. Return another 12. This becomes 26. This is sigma R. Then R mean is equal to sigma R divided by N. This is 26 divided by 2 is equal to 13. So take the deviation here, dy in the bracket 13. 14 minus 13 is plus 1. 12 minus 1. So dy. Then dy square 1, 1. This becomes 2. Sigma dy square. Then sigma square is equal to root of sigma dy square divided by n. This is root of sigma dy square 2 divided by 2. Then this is root of 1. Root of 1 is equal to standard deviation m is equal to 1. Standard deviation of L is 3. Standard deviation m is 1. If you want, I will repeat now. First, take the what is called x post. There is no probabilities is given. It is called the x post. We say 12 plus 8 is 30. Take the deviation minus 3 plus 3. Square of this 9, 9 becomes 18. Stock M 14, 12, 26. Take the deviation. So 26 divided by 2 is 13. Then take the division 14 minus 13 is plus 1. 12 minus 1. Square of this is dy square. 1 square is 2. Then square is let it by sigma dy square divided by n. 2 divided by 2 is root 1. Root 1 is 1. So first start L. Standard deviation is 3. Start M. This is standard deviation L. This is standard deviation M. Then what is the next question he asked? What is the expected portfolio made up of 60% and 40% is there? So standard deviation of each stock is there. Then you have to calculate covariance. Covariance. 2011, 2012, 2011, 2012, we have got dx, dy. What's your d? First year dx is minus 3, dy 1, dx dy minus 3. Second year plus 3, dy minus 1. This is minus 3. It becomes minus 6. So sigma dx dy. Sigma dx dy is covariance is equal to sigma dx dy divided by n. This is minus 6 divided by 2 is minus 3. So deviation minus 6 is equal to minus 3. Then what's the next step here? Correlation. Correlation. This is called R. Covariance divided by standard deviation L into standard deviation M. What's your covariance? Minus 3. Come back. This is plus 3 into 1. So minus 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1. So your R is minus 1. Negative correlation. R is minus 1 is there. Covariance are there. Now, probability return on portfolio, RP. RP. This is R mean of L, WL plus R mean of M, WM. R mean of L, WL. What's R mean? R mean of L is 15 into weightage here, no? Weightage, how many percentage you got? 60%, 0.60 plus R mean of M is 13 into 0.40. This is R mean of L, weightage of L 60%, R mean of M, weightage of M, you are going to find out. So 15 into 0.60, 15 into 0.60 is equal to 9 plus 13 into 0.40, 5.2. This is 14.2%. Then they asked the last question. What is the portfolio risk return and of M? Portfolio risk and return. Portfolio risk so P is equal to root of, you can say that, sigma L square W L square sigma M square W M square plus 2 into sigma L, sigma M, WL, WM into R. What's the formula? Sigma L square, WL square, sigma M square, WM square, 2 into sigma L, sigma M, WL, WM into R. I will repeat. Risk return of portfolio root of sigma L square, WL square, sigma M square, WM square, 2 into sigma L, sigma L, WL, WM into R. Slowly we can apply root of, what is sigma L? RL is 15, no? 15 square into 0.60 square. Then this 13. This is 13 square into 0.40 whole square plus 2 into standard deviation L, 3 into this is sigma L is standard deviation L. Your standard deviation L is 3 square. Then WL square is square. Then here standard deviation is 1 square. This is 3 square, 0.60, 0.40, 2 into 3 into 1 into 0.60 into 0.40 into minus 1. So standard deviation L, here no, what is your standard deviation L is 3. 3 square into 0.60, then 0.1 square, this is 0.40. So your standard deviation is 1, no? M square. This is 1 square, 0.1 square, 0.42 into standard deviation M. Standard deviation, this goes in favor of L, in favor of M, weight of M, weight of L. This is weight of L, weight of M, and R is your correlation is considered. Your correlation is considered. Slowly we have to read. I will repeat. This is mean standard deviation 3 square, 0.60, 0.1 whole square, 0.4 square. Here, if you want, you can go like this. So slowly we can go. What's your standard deviation? 3 square into 0.6 square. Standard deviation M is 1 square into 0.4 square plus 2 into 3 into 1 into 0.60 into 0.40 into R. This is minus 1. Simplify this. So 3 square is 9. 3 square 9 into 0.6 into 0.6, 0.60 into 0.60, 0.36 plus 1 square is 1, 0.40 into 0.40, 0.16. This is in the bracket. 2 into 3 into 1 into 0.60 into 0.40 into 1 minus 1.44. This is minus 1.44. Simplify. Root of 9 into 0.36, 9 into 0.36 is equal to 3.24 plus 0.16 minus 1.44. We go to next one. So simplify root of this 3.24 plus 0.16 minus 1.44 is equal to 1.96. So standard deviation P is equal to root of 1.96 is equal to 1.4 percentage. I will explain. Return on portfolio is equal to mean of L, weight of L, mean of M, W of M is there. So 15 into 0.60 plus 13 into 0.409 plus 0.5, 14.2%. So portfolio risk, sigma P, portfolio risk is equal to sigma L square, WL square, sigma M square, WM square, 2 into sigma L, sigma M, WL, Wm into R. Come back here. 3 square into 0.6 whole square, 1 square into 0.40 whole square, 2 into 3 into 1 into weight of 1, weight of 2 into R. If you simplify, 3 square is 9, 0.6 square is 0.36, 1 square is 1, 40 square is 16. Into this, when you simplify this, minus 1.44. So this is 3.24 plus 0.16 minus 1. It will come root of 1.96. So sigma risk return is 1.4%. So major question, 15 marks question we have answered carefully. If you want, I can repeat one by one. How it starts? Stock L. So 30 divided by 15, take the deviation minus 3. Plus 3, square of this 9, 9, 18, stock M 14, 12, 26, plus 1 minus 1, 2. Then square of this is root of this 2 divided by 2 is 1, root of this is 1, sigma L is 3, sigma M is 1. Then with the covariance 2011, 2000, this is 2011, and this is 2000. If you want to know, you can go with this. This is 2011. So 2011 is minus 3, 2012 is plus 3, dy is 1, 3 with the minus 3, sigma dx dy is k. So covariance is equal to sigma dx dy divided by n, minus 6 divided by 3 is minus 3. So correlation, the formula is correlation R is equal to covariance is equal to sigma L into sigma M minus 3 into plus divided by 3 into 1 is 3 minus 1. So R is negative correlation. R is negative correlation. There is no good relation between them. Negative correlation. Then we go with this portfolio. I have explained this. This is very, very important and easy question to be answered. The question has to be answered very easily. I hope you understand this. So we'll move on with portfolio probability. See that. The expected return of A and B. Find the expected return if the investment is 30% A and 70%. What would be the portfolio return? If they ask, if the investor invest equally in both the stock, what will be the portfolio return and risk? Covariance and correlation. Same to you, but here probability is given now. Carefully, this is called, when a probability is given called, we say, without probability, we say pre-ante. We say that the pre-expected, post is called without probability, with the probability pre-ante, anticipation. Probability means anticipated, expected, we are going to say that. Here, we'll go with a return A, expected return of A, company A. Slowly return. What are the returns are? 2012 6, 2012 6, probability 0.5, 0.3, 0.2. Then multiply P into R. So this is 20 into 0.5 is 10. 12 into 0.3, 3.6. 6 into 0.2, 1.2. I'll repeat. 20 into 0.5 is 10. 12 into 0.3 is 3.6. 6 into 3, 1.2. Add the figure. 10 plus 3.6 plus 1.2. So 14.8. Expected return 14.8. Then take the deviation. You can take dx. 20 here. 20 minus 14.8. 5.2. 12 minus 14.8 minus 2.8. 6 minus 14.8 minus 8.8. Square of this, dx square. 5.2 into 5.2, 27.04. 2.8, then 2.8 into 2.8, 7.84. 8.8 into 8.8, 77.44. We'll go once again. 5.2 into 5.2 is 27.04. Correct. 2.8 into 2.8, 7.84. Correct. 8.8 into 8.8, 77.4. Then pdx square. Pdx square multiply by probability. 27.04 into 0.5, 13.52. 7.84 into 0.3, 2.352. Then 77.44 into 0.2, 15.488. Add the figure. 15.488 plus 2.352 plus 13.52. 31.36. 13.520 plus 2.352 plus 15.488. 31.36. So square this. Root of sigma pdx square. Root of 31.36. 31.36. Root of this 5.6. This goes in favor of company A. Then company B. We'll take the return. Company 15,813. 15,813 Probability same. Probability 0.5, 0.3, 0.2, RP or PR, P into R, multiply 15 into 0.5, 7.5, 8 into 0.3, 2.4, 13 into 0.2, 2.6. Add the figure 2.6 plus 2.4 plus 7.5, 12.5. Expected return 12.5. Then dy 12.5. 15 minus 12.5, 2.5. Then 8 minus 12.5 minus 4.5. Then 13 minus 12.5, 0.5. dy square 2.5 into 2.5, 6.25, 4.5 into 4.5, 20.25, 0.5 into 0.5, 0.25. Then P into dy square 6.25 into 0.5, 3.125. Then 20.25 into 0.3, 6.075. Then 0.25 into 0.2, 0.05, 0.05. Add 0.05 plus 6.075 plus 3.125, 9.25. So, standard deviation is equal to sigma p dy square root of 9.25, 3.04. So 5.6, 3.04. Then we'll go with covariance. Then first you take deviation of x, deviation of y, dx dy, then p into dx dy, covariance. What's the deviation of x? 5.2, then minus 2.8, minus 8.8, then deviation of y 2.5, this one, minus 4.5, next 0.5, 0.5, this is 0.5, multiply 5.2 into 2.5, 13, 2.8 Minus into minus become plus into 4.5, 12.6. This is 8.8 into 0.5 minus 4.4. This we can return once again. We can go with 8.8 into 0.5 minus 4.4. So dx dy multiplied by probability 13. Write the probability here. What is the probability here? 0.5, 0.3, 0.2. Multiply 13 into 0.5, 13 into 0.5, 6.5, 6.5, 12.6 into 0.3, 3.78, 4.4 into 0.2 minus 0.88 is only minus 0.44. I will show that how it will come. Here, you can get dy 2.5 minus 4.5, 0.5, then dx 5.2 minus 2.2 minus 8.2. This is plus into plus, minus into minus plus, plus into minus minus, multiply this 0.8. So this is 6.5 plus 3.78 minus 0.88, 9.4 sigma p dx dy. This is your covariance. Then R is equal to covariance divided by sigma x, we can say sigma of A, sigma of B. What's your covariance? 9.4 divided by, what is the first one? Standard deviation of A. Here, come back here, 5.6 into 3.04. This is 9.4 multiply 5.6 into 3.04, 17.024. Divide 9.4 divided by 17.024, 0.55. Your correlation. Your correlation becomes 0.55. Hope you understand. You take the probability, deviation of x, deviation of y, multiplied this. This is equal to this one, multiplied by p, probability. This will come here, p dxy, that is your covariance. Covariance is 9.4 divided by standard deviation A, standard deviation B. It will come 0.55 is your correlation. We say that correlation you got. Now, what is the next question he asked? If the portfolio, first one, if the investment is 30% of A, so what would be the portfolio return? Here, portfolio return, portfolio return, R mean of A, then WA plus R mean of B, WB. First one, R mean of A, first one company A, sigma R 14.8, here sigma R 14.8 into weight of A. You can see that percentage he has given 30%, 0.30 plus. Second one, this is 14.8. Here expected return. Come back here, 12.5 into 0.70. Multiply 14.8 into 0.30, 4.44 plus 12.5 into 0.70, 8.75 plus 4.44, 13.19%. Then the last question he asked, if the investment invested equally in both the stock, what will be the portfolio return and risk? So portfolio risk is equal to root of standard deviation or a sigma A square WA square plus sigma B square WB square plus 2 into sigma A, sigma B, WA, WB into R. So sigma A square, WA square, sigma B square, WB square, 2 into sigma A, sigma B, W into R. So when invested equally, we can say, first one, standard deviation A, first one, we will go 5.6 whole square into equally means 0.50 whole square. Then second one, standard 3.04 whole square into 0.5 whole square. Equally, if we assume that 2 into sigma A 5.6, sigma B 3.04, WA 0.50 into 0.50 into your R 0.55. Simplify, root of 5.6 into 5.6, 31.36 into 0.50 into 0.50, 0.25 plus 3.04 into 3.04, 9.24 into 0.25 plus 2 into 5.6 into 3.04 into 0.50 into 0.50 into 0.55, 4.68. Simplify, root of 31.36 into 0.25, 7.84 plus 9.24 into 0.25, 2.31 plus 4.68. Add the figure. 2.31 plus 4.68 plus 7.84, 14.83. Root of this 3.85%. So sigma A square W A square, sigma B square W B square, 2 into sigma A, sigma B, weight of B into R. So for 5.6y square minus 0.50 whole square, 3.04 whole square into 0.50 whole square, 2 into 5.6 into 3.04 into 0.50, 0.40. It will come, if we simplify it, is 7.84 plus 2.31 plus 4.68. So it will come 14.83. Root of this is 3.85. So this is the way we have to do it. By chance, if you assume that same thing, this is 70% and 60% covariance. By chance, if you weight this one, 14, this is your expected return is, one is 14.8, another is 12.5, your standard deviation 5.6 and 5.4. By chance, if the expected returns are, we say that here, by chance, if you assume that 70% and 30% also we can do that. What is the first one? Standard deviation, first one, 5.6 whole square, 5.6 whole square into, what is the first percentage? 0.30 whole square. If you assume this, then second one, 3.04 whole square into 0.70 whole square plus 2 into 5.6 into 3.04 into 0.30 into 0.70 into 0.55. If we simplify this, 5.6 into 5.6 you already done, 31.36 into 0.30 into 0.30, 0.09 plus 3.04 into 3.04 into 3.04. How much you got? 3.04 into 3.04, 9.24, 9.24 into 0.70 into 0.70, 0.70 into 0.70, 0.49 plus 2 into 5.6 into 3.04 into 0.30 into 0.70 into 0.55, 3.93. Last step. If you assume that 70% I am doing, so 31.36 into 0.09 to 31.36 into 0.09 to 0.82 plus 9.24 into 0.4, 9.24 into 0.49, 4.53 plus 3.93, 4.52 plus 3.93 plus 2.82, 11.277, 11.2776. Root of this 3.358, this is 3.36. What I did know, by chance, if we assume that 30%, 40% risk and return is there, we can do like this, or we can do equally. Then this is equally we have done. According to that, first one, product X, product Y, we go with the probability. I have done for this also, I have done for this also. So both the risk I have taken, 30% and 70% also taken, and equally also you have solved. So totally we come back about the 4 problems. Hope you understand this problem. Here, if you want, I can repeat this problem now. First, 20 probability multiply, you get the expected return. Then take the deviation 20 minus 4.2, 12 minus this square of this, multiplied by probability root of this is 31.36, is 5.6, this 3.4. So regarding this is should be careful, probability dx dy multiply p dx r is equal to covariance sigma A, sigma B, 0.55. I took first as a 50%, second as a 30% and 70%. Both the type I have solved. Hope you understand that. We'll have in the next session, 3 security we are going to do in the next session. Another point regarding the dividend you are going to solve so that we can have the full paper solvation of the FM4 in the next session. Till then, goodbye. Meet in the next class with 3 securities.